Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
The Catholic Diocese of Abeokuta Diocese announced the killing of one of its priests, Father Luke Adeleke, by some unknown gunman. The National Director of Social Communications of the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Abuja, Father Michael Umo, gathered from Abeokuta Diocese that Father Luke was murdered by unknown gunmen at about 7 p.m. on the eve of Christmas, Friday, December 24, 2021. The sad incident occurred while the young priest was returning home after celebrating Holy Mass at St. Anthony Catholic Church, Ogunmakin, an outstation of his parish. The attackers fired at his vehicle and the bullets hit his legs, making him lose a lot of blood and died in his car. His body was later deposited at the mortuary in the Sacred Heart Hospital, Lantoro, Abeokuta. Until his death, Father Adeleke was the parish priest of St. Anthony Catholic Church, Ijemo Fatipi, in the Odeta local government of Ogun State. Father Luke Adeleke was born on the 20th of February 1983, 38 years old, and ordained a priest on 21st of January 2017 for the Catholic Diocese of Abeokuta. According to information gathered by Agenzia Fides, in 2021 22 missionaries were killed in the world, 13 priests, 1 religious man, 2 religious women, 6 lay persons. This year the highest number of missionaries killed was registered in Africa, where 11 missionaries, 7 priests, 2 religious women, 2 lay persons, were killed, followed by America, where 7 missionaries, 4 priests, 1 religious man, 2 lay persons, were killed. In Asia, 3 missionaries, 1 priest, 2 lay persons, were killed, and Europe, where 1 priest was killed. From 2020 to 2020, according to data in our possession, 536 missionaries have been killed in the world. As it has been for some time, the annual list of Fides does not look only to missionaries ad gentes in the strict sense, but tries to record all the baptized engaged in the life of the Church who died in a violent way, not only in hatred of the faith. For this reason, we prefer not to use the term martyrs, if not in its etymological meaning of witness, in order not to enter into the question of the judgment that the Church might eventually deliver upon some of them, after careful consideration. At the same time we use the term missionary for all the baptized, aware that in virtue of their baptism, all the members of the people of God have become missionary disciples. All the baptized, whatever their position in the Church or their level of instruction in the faith, are agents of evangelization. As highlighted by the very little information that could be gathered on their biographies and on the circumstances of death, none of them carried out striking feats or actions, but were simply giving witness of their faith in contexts of impoverished, degraded social contexts, where violence is the rule of life, the authority of the state was lacking or weakened by corruption and compromises, and in the total lack of respect for life and for every human right. Once again these priests, men and women, religious and lay persons, were aware of all this. They were often born in the same land where they died, so they were not naive. But when everything counseled silence, taking cover, not professing the faith, they could not help but testify. Pope Francis. From Africa to America, from Asia to Europe, they shared daily life with their brothers and sisters, with its risks and fears, its violence and its deprivations, bringing in the small daily gestures Christian witness as a seed of hope. Parish priests killed in their communities, in Africa and America, tortured, kidnapped by criminals in search of non-existent treasures or attracted by the mirage of easy redemptions, or to silence uncomfortable voices that urge not to passively submit to the regime of crime. Priests engaged in social works, as in Haiti, killed to rob them of what was needed to run such activities, or even killed by those they were helping, as in France, or in Venezuela, where a religious was killed by thieves in the same school where he taught young people to build a future, nuns chased and killed cold-bloodedly by bandits in South Sudan. And still many lay persons, whose number is growing, catechists killed by armed clashes together with the communities who animated South Sudan, youths killed by snipers while trying to bring aid to displaced people fleeing clashes between the army and guerrillas in Myanmar, a lay missionary brutally murdered for stealing a cell phone in Peru, a young man killed because of a mine which exploded in the Central African Republic while traveling in a mission car, an indigenous catechist, activist for the respect of human rights in a non-violent way, killed in Mexico. All of them could not help but testify with the strength of their life given out of love, fighting every day peacefully against arrogance, violence, war. The religious order of Saint Mother Teresa, the Missionaries of Charity, are in danger in India. The Indian government has not renewed the license allowing the Missionaries of Charity to receive foreign funding, citing adverse inputs. India's Home Affairs Minister explained that while the sisters' application to renew their registration under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act was not approved, they can continue to operate until the 31st of December. The sisters put their accounts on hold pending a resolution of the issue. The bank accounts of the Missionaries of Charity, the Sisters of Mother Teresa of Calcutta, Kolkata, are at the center of a political conflict in India. This decision nearly left 22,000 patients and employees without food and medicines. The legislation, which regulates foreign contributions to Indian charities, was tightened in 2020 by the Modi government, creating difficulties for many international organizations operating in India. More broadly, Catholic charities face growing obstacles in a climate of accusations by Hindu nationalists against Catholic organizations allegedly involved in conversions. The bank accounts issue comes in the wake of an inquiry launched almost 3 weeks ago in Gujarat against an orphanage run by the Missionaries of Charity, following a visit by an official with the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. The accusation made in that case was that of forcing girls at the facility to convert, a charge the Sisters of Mother Teresa flatly deny. Cardinal Bo of Myanmar made an appeal for peace after 35 innocent civilians were killed on Christmas. He said, "The massacre of at least 35 innocent civilians in Moso village, Pruso, Kaya, Karenni, state is a heartbreaking and horrific atrocity which I condemn fully and unreservedly with all my heart. Grieving, I pray fervently for the victims, their loved ones and the survivors of this unspeakable and despicable act of inhumane barbarity." The fact that the bodies of those killed, burned and mutilated were found on Christmas Day makes this appalling tragedy even more poignant and sickening. As much of the world celebrated the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, the people of Moso village suffered the terrible shock and grief of an outrageous act of inhumanity. As many of us celebrated the light and life of the Prince of Peace, so many in Myanmar endured the darkness of death and destruction. The whole of our beloved Myanmar is now a war zone. On Christmas Eve news came that airstrikes in Kayan, Karen, state had forced thousands of people to flee across the border to Thailand. I pray for the people of Lay Ka. Similarly, Thant Lang in Chin state has endured repeated bombardment, shelling and destruction, as have so many other parts of the country, all of which are in my heart and prayers. When will this end? When will decades of civil war in Myanmar cease? When will we be able to enjoy true peace, with justice and true freedom? When will we stop killing one another? Brothers killing brothers, sisters killing sisters. This can never, ever be a solution to our problems. Guns and arms are not the answer. I appeal to all those holding guns to put down their weapons. I urge Myanmar's military, the Tatmadaw, to stop bombing and shelling innocent people, to stop destroying homes and churches, schools and clinics, and to begin a dialogue with the democracy movement and the ethnic armed groups.
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.